Exercise 907 is about the shape and modality of data sets. So we've looked at a bunch of summary statistics in this chapter so far. We've looked at a few that measure central tendency, like mean, median, and mode. And we've looked at some that measure the spread, like the range, the interquartile range, and the variance. Now, the shape of the graph can also help a lot when it comes to decision making. The whole point of studying statistics is to be able to make decisions from the data. The shape of the curve can give you a pretty good idea of central tendency and spread without even doing the analysis. So when we're looking at the shape, we're considering things like symmetry and skew. Modality means the number of peaks. So it can be unimodal, where it has one peak. It can be bimodal, where it has two peaks. Trimodal, where there are three peaks. Or multimodal could have any number of peaks. So here's what the graphs might look like. So if it's symmetrical, it might look something like that. The tails would be pretty even. In this case, this score here would be the mean, the median, and the mode. The mean, the median, and the mode are all equal if the data is symmetrical. Sometimes data might not be entirely symmetrical, but we'd still say it's fairly symmetrical. So the mean, median, and mode may not be exactly equal, but they'll be pretty close. If data is positively skewed, then the tail of the data goes in the positive direction. So the peak will be back here, and there'll be a bit of a tail this way. If it's negatively skewed, the same thing, but the tail would be on the left. So the data might look like that. This could be any type of graph. This is just the general shape of the graph. A bimodal graph, as I said, has two modes. So it might look something like that. It's got two peaks. We call that bimodal. Let's just look at this one for a comparison of spread. So we've got this red data set and this blue data set. So the blue data set, the middle, the mean, median, mode, it's quite symmetrical, so they're right here. And with the second data set, they're pretty close to the same. The mean, median, and mode, they're both symmetrical data. Mean, median, and mode around this area. But the red one has a much greater spread than the blue one. So that means that the red curve has a larger standard deviation or variance, so a larger spread than the blue curve.